Okay, we are live. Hey, folks, thanks for tuning in to the BAMF podcast. I'm here with Lori Calcaterra. Talk about Path of the Pale Rider. Before we get into that, I have my contractually obligated opening music to play, so just one second.
I love it.
Thank you. The fact that we have an opening musical montage should let you know, gentle viewer, that this is a high production value podcast.
Yes,
It's only the
very much.
finest farm to table, ethically sourced geeky conversation for your podcast listeners out there.
100% pesticide free.
Pesticide free, bespoke, gluten free.
Gluten free. I love it.
Yeah, there were no blood diamonds extracted in the
Nope.
creation of this. All right, I think we've killed this bit. So, Lori, you have done what's
Yeah.
unusual in indie comics in that you have an ongoing indie. You don't just, I mean,
Mhm.
because usually I talk to a lot of indie comics, a lot of passion in the industry, and a lot of people get one issue out and then things happen and, there's no issue two. But you're on who? We are now funding a trade paperback for
Yeah.
issues. Is it
We
one through
finished
four? Yeah.
we finished issue 4 and then we're putting it together into a trade so
Okay.
that going forward people can get the trade as opposed to individual floppies, and then we're going to pick up with issue 5 and keep going.
All
So
right. Sweet. That's really cool. Does this also get you into some distribution? Well, you have a trade
yeah.
paperback. Okay.
Yeah, we are publishing this with ASAP Imagination. So they are in not only the UK, so
Mhm.
they're also in Canada. So we're going to be international at this point,
Sweet.
where you get physical copies, right?
Mhm.
And then ASAP is pushing their books into Barnes and Noble, Waterstone, and Indigo as well. So we could be seeing Path of the Pale Rider on the shelf at Barnes and Noble in the future, which would be really cool.
That would be amazing. Well,
Mhm.
congratulations. That's a big deal.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's talk about the campaign. And for anyone listening to us on iTunes or other podcasts, the URL that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now is pale-rider.com. You can go there, get all the information about the book, get the link to the latest campaign.
Yeah.
Super easy to remember, super easy to say. So check it out. Before we dive too far into the podcast, we should probably catch anyone who happens to stumble onto our show and says,
What
what
the
is
heck
the
is
Path of the
this?
Pale Rider?
Yeah. Path of the
So,
Pale Rider is a Western apocalypse comic book series where death has been broken. So, what that means is your body can die, but your soul doesn't leave upon death. But you're still you. You're not a zombie. You're not craving flesh. You're just you. It's me. It's your mom. It's your neighbor. But you're literally rotting. Your brain is rotting in your skull. And what that does is it makes you forgetful or violent. You're chaotic, and it's people, animals, insects, fish. Nothing dies correctly anymore. And this is my website.
yeah.
So it's a rough place. Things have devolved back to the Wild West, and we're following this cowboy through the apocalyptic West as he's like the last guy still looking for the answer of why do the dead no longer die. Um, so yeah, it's a wild ride. We start 10 years into that, and then we do some time jumps so you get to see the beginning of how everything fell apart. Get to see the day that Death went missing. And then you get to see the trauma that kind of pushes our protagonist out of the door of his home and then literally out of the frying pan and into the fire. Um, we've had, lots of things go wrong for Jude St. Clair. But the book itself is great because this is like the end of act 1 of a movie.
Hmm.
Issues 1 through 4 is like the beginning part where you get to learn the rules, you get to learn the character in and out. When we start moving on to 5 through 8, that's act 2 when everything goes wrong. So things are about to blow up in Jude St. Clair's face if you think they haven't already. It's going to get
So
worse.
this is the perfect jumping on point.
Yes, this is a great time to join because you get to binge read issues 1 through 4. And you'll be all caught up. So when we, start doing number 5, you'll be right there with us. The cool thing about the trade too is when we originally published issue number 1, it was in black and white.
Hmm.
And we went back and recolored and remastered issue number 1. I relettered it as well. So now it matches the rest of the issues in color. So we want you to
Okay.
get sucked into the story.
So new and improved. And we should
Mhm.
probably mention undead bears play a very big
Yes,
part.
we have undead animals. We have this giant, disgruntled undead bear named Big James. He's kind of our unofficial mascot. So, yeah,
Hmm.
this is kind of what I compare us to: Book of Eli, Spaghetti Westerns, Walking Dead, and Cocaine Bear. Um,
Hmm.
and surprisingly, those all work very well together. I put some gifts together, and you can see what it looks like on the interior. So he is kind of like your first look at
Hmm.
color in issue number 1, because again, this was previously black and white, and then a little bit of each of the issues, so you can see what our interiors look like. Um,
Yeah, for folks who maybe you're listening instead of seeing the video, you should really check out the Kickstarter page because she's got some nice animations here that kind of flip through the interiors of the books, and it looks really good.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you'll see reminiscent if you're a Western fan or if you're zombie genre fan, you're gonna see all different things kind of come out in the story. Um, we're a big mishmash, but it's a lot of fun. We have this one, issue 2 has a giant saloon brawl, and like we have conspiracy theories built into the world, and there's a couple of our characters that utilize ASL to communicate, so you're going to see sign language in the book. We have Easter eggs, so you're going to find like QR codes and riddles on the back cover to solve. There's a ton of stuff, in this story.
Yeah, something else we should mention is you've got a lot of multimedia with the riddles and
Yes.
some hidden videos on the internet and stuff like
Yep.
that.
Yeah. So the riddles, when you solve them, will actually you get to interact with the world like it's real. Like you might find a hidden video on YouTube or a phone number to call, or something shows up in your mailbox from a character. The short films are fan interactive as well, meaning you could be in them. A lot of times you can either send me video like we did for the second film where we were discussing conspiracy theories. We played it as a news report. So I was a reporter and I was interviewing people, but you could either be interviewed by myself or you could you could just take your video with your phone and send it to me, and I edit them all together. Um, the one I'm working on now, number 4,
Mhm.
I zombified 40 people. So they just sent me like creepy selfies, and I ran them
Mhm.
through a bunch of photo filters and like removed their pupils, and I made them look really scary, right? But there's 40 people that play through the credits that have been zombified. So we do fun stuff like that.
That is pretty cool.
Hmm.
So,
We got some cool merch too.
danger buttons. What are these?
It's a button pack.
Okay.
Danger Button is the brand that made them. My
Hmm.
friend owns this company, and he's a fan of Path of the Pale Rider. I'm not
Hmm.
really into buttons, but when he was talking about, and then we talked about the design for these, they
Hmm.
came out super cool. So I'm really excited for Danger Button to do our button pack. So we have, the disc with the living line, and we have Big James Burger Joint.
Hmm.
We got a few ASL swear words, POTPR skull, and a collector's patch.
Well,
Um,
these are
yeah,
really fun. That's cool.
thanks. Yeah, I
Nice.
ordered like 100 of them, so 100 packs. So whatever we don't sell on the Kickstarter are coming with me to Comic Cons.
I was gonna say that would be like a great sell for on the convention table.
Mhm. Mhm.
Great impulse buy. Oh wow, you got a
It's a
11
little
inch Big
plushie.
James plushie. Good God, look at that.
He's
That's
11 inches tall. He's not super big. I don't know what it is about that picture.
mhm.
It's not a sliding glass door, it's just a window. But
Okay.
he's about yay big.
Okay, so he's a size. He's a purse dog size.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he
But
does look horrific in that picture though.
the kids love him. I don't know what it is. Like, my kids are fighting over it. Like, my colorist kid wants one, and my friends that got them, they're like, my kid wants to steal this from me, and I'm like, okay, all
The
right.
kids are just crazy for that zombie bear.
I
All right,
guess everybody's crazy for the Zombear. They just love him.
he's a
So,
breakout
all right.
character. He needs to have a spinoff.
Yeah, apparently. But you find him a few times in our story, and then he is in our Choose Your Own Adventure book as well. We have barbecue hot sauce. It's called Path
You
of the Pale Sauce with Big James on it, of course. I know, isn't it funny?
got barbecue
Um,
sauce. You got everything, Lori.
I sell a ton of this at Comic Cons, and when I table at like comic book stores,
Hmm.
I sell every bottle. It's nuts. People love hot sauce. I'm actually wearing this one. This one's my sweatshirt, but this is a great design as well. Again, Big James, people love
Hmm.
him. So we have them on sweatshirts and t-shirts. It's the same design. You just get to pick whether you want a hoodie or a t-shirt this campaign.
Wow, that's really cool. I'm
Yeah.
guessing you probably have a merch store through pale-rider.com, right?
I do. I have a shop there, and you can get just about. I think you can order any of our previous shirts.
Hmm.
The best time to catch me though is when I'm on campaign because I can order them all at the same time. It goes quicker. Oh, Mike, this is cool. Okay, so in issue number 1, Jude St. Clair finds this glass in his travels, and it's this map of Las Vegas etched into a glass. And this is the glass that I sent to Marco DeFio as a reference, but
Hmm.
I found them. I found where we can order them, so you can get the glass from issue 1 that finds on the road, and it falls out of his saddlebag, shatters, and wakes up Big James. This is
Oh
the glass.
wow, that is,
So
dude, that's next level awesome.
isn't that
All right,
cool? I was like, you can have the glass from the story. I want to.
that's kind of like getting a sled named Rosebud. That is,
Exactly. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like a
that is too
part
cool.
of the world, right?
Yeah, it's
Jeez.
I like the way, I don't know if I want to call it like immersive storytelling or AR or whatever. But yeah, it's really cool the way
It's
fans can just,
meta.
kind of, yeah, meta, like you say.
Mhm.
They can get all kinds of artifacts from the world, or be in the
Yeah.
multimedia, or it's just a really
Yeah.
cool. That must be a great way to engage your fans, right?
They love it. They love it. You scrolled past my book though. I wanted to talk about these.
Sorry,
So
let's talk about
I hand make books.
it. Okay.
And I mean hand make, like I print the pages, I glue them, I bind them, I make the hardcover, I design it myself, I put it all together. And I'm only doing a limited number of these, but they're super cool. And it's the trade on the inside. So
Oh, okay.
in black and white, it's a mini trade. So they
So I'm
said I
guessing.
have 2 tier levels with these on, and one of them is gone. The other one is still there, but it's a higher tier. And I'm going to wait until we're about 10 days out. And if those 3 spots haven't gone, I'm going to open up the 3 spots for everybody else if someone wants to grab them. Because I want to make these because they're so fun and cool. But I'm about 8 books in. So I have like black and white and red. And then I
Wow.
did these 3 next. So it's like a blue one, a purple one. Here's the blue, purple. They look close. And then there's a purple one with green.
Hmm.
And then I just did 2 more. These ones turned out super nice. So I did like a dark green.
Hmm.
Come on, focus. Focus.
It's a
Please
virtual
focus. Here
background.
we go. All
Yeah.
right, yeah. So I did a dark green. So the cool thing about these is whatever color the skull is,
Hmm.
the pages, the edges will match, and also the binding in the middle. So I'm binding these with thread. I'm sewing the signatures together before they're glued together. And so the thread matches that as well. Let me see if I can showcase that. It's hard with these ones. Some of them, I think the red one is probably the best one to see. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Do you see the lines?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the binding is red that goes along with the red pages, what goes along with the red skull. So
I am slightly in awe of all your artsy and craftsy and trade
thank
knowledge
you.
you've got here.
They're all unique. I love these. I love
Um,
making these. They're a lot of fun. And I'm gonna write a personalized message on the inside cover for everybody too. So I was thinking 10. There might be 12 when I'm all said and done because my mom wanted one. And how am I supposed to say no to my mom?
you can't say no to mom.
You
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
So this one is mom's.
Otherwise, Thanksgiving would be super awkward. So yeah.
Right, exactly. No, sorry, mom, you can't have one.
Yeah.
But there's 3 spots left on the campaign, like I said. So if you don't want to grab one of those higher tiers, if you wait, what are we at 12 days? If you wait 2 more days, I'll open those up for everybody else.
Yeah.
So
While we're mentioning dates, let's mention that. So you have Kickstarter is
I
changing
know it's
some
so
stuff.
they did this new update, and now anytime you go up there, it takes over the screen.
Yeah, well, anyway, let's not complain about. Let's talk about your campaign. 12 days to go. You are funded.
Mhm.
It's definitely happening. You're heading towards almost twice your goal. You're
Right.
close to 4,000. Your goal was 2,000. So
Yep.
congratulations on that.
Thank
So
you. We're at the slow part, so anybody, please come join us. It's like
yeah,
one backer would be great.
that valley is rough. It really is.
That middle part is just the plateau, and you just want to bang your head against the keyboard. But we all go through it. We all go through it.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of one right now myself. So
So
I
you know.
completely feel you. All right, so
Yeah.
scrolling down, we stopped at the books. Was there other cool stuff you want to talk about past the books?
Let's see. Oh, I wanted to remind people about ASAP since we are international.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a link. Oh, the stretch goals too. We unlocked another poker card, so we're on our fourth poker card. We're going to continue to unlock poker cards every 50 backers every campaign until we have a full deck. So, if you missed out on the previous poker cards, you can get those in the add-ons. You can
Mm-hmm.
also get our Choose Your Own Adventure book there. There's a 3D printed mini Big James that I can
Oh,
print, for you and paint.
mm-hmm.
But there's the Joker card, and then this is what the back of the cards look like. They're
That's
pretty
pretty cool.
cool. Yeah.
All right.
So we also have unlocked PDF stretch goals, keychain stretch goals, and we unlocked the slice and dice where you get to see me murder some fruit or a vegetable. It's like we did a watermelon, and
Mm-hmm.
then we did a pumpkin, and this time around I'm thinking we're gonna kill a pineapple.
All right.
So the
So
way that
some.
works, people, is that I put out a poll and you get to vote on the name of the pineapple. So you get
Mm-hmm.
to name it, and then you guys get to pick out a weapon, and I'll use whatever weapon you guys pick to destroy the pineapple.
I see a Gallagher style sledgehammer.
Oh yeah, we actually I modified the sledgehammer. I put a big old piece of 2x4 on the end of it, and so it would make the pumpkin go this way for the
Mm-hmm.
last time, and that's what it did. It went. It was really cool. So
Oh,
we
sweet.
tried to light it on fire with lighter fluid. It was too bright outside to see it, but I have plans. I think we're gonna light this pineapple on fire. I have an idea.
That's cool. Oh, hey, looks like we have a comment. Jacob Blackman, friend of the podcast, frequent co-host, says normally I advocate having as little additional physical crafts to add to a campaign as possible, because it adds the cost of time. But if you love crafting, then go for it.
Well, I make a lot of this stuff myself, and it's always different stuff. Like I haven't seen anybody do this before. And then the hot sauce I make myself, the hats I make myself. The one thing I don't do myself are the shirts,
Yeah.
because I want them to last a long time. And I've done them, and then like after 2 years, they fall apart. The ones I get from my shirt lady are still pristine after 2 years. So those are the only things that I have to order. But I agree with you. I try not to have too many expensive items, because you're right, it kind of eats up your funds. But there also has to be something to entice the people to come back, especially with a trade paperback. It's difficult, you know what I mean? Because people have the story. Why are they coming back for the trade? So for us, it's the bonus material and, of course, issue 1 in color.
Mhm.
Our bonus material is every single variant cover in a glossy print in the book. We have additional conspiracy theories from Jude St. Clair in the book. I actually give you the answer to one of the previous riddles in his journal entries, so you can find it real easy. And then there's a map of the apocalypse. I think everybody's really excited about that, because it's a map from a gas station that he's been writing on. So there's
Mhm.
a key, and like he'll tell you, if you look at this map, you can probably figure out where he's going,
Mhm.
right? And then there's 2 of the scripts. There's a script for issue 1 and then for issue 4. So you can read the big James chase,
Mhm.
and you can also read the riot that Jude is in issue 4, because there's weird stuff going on. And I think if you guys read the script, you'll benefit from that and kind of figure out a little more what's going on in that riot scene, because it's like, what is that guy doing? You know what I mean? So I think that will help.
Sweet,
Mhm.
sweet. Um, all right, cool. So, was there anything else you wanted to look at on the Kickstarter page that could have
Oh,
waited
I
till
just
later?
wanted to tell people, this is, I think,
Okay.
where I was going with my train
Yeah.
of thought that derailed. You can order a physical copy internationally,
Mhm.
which I have not done before on my Kickstarters. There's a section called a note to Canadian and international backers. And if you click there, there's a green link to the Lori Calcaterra collection on ASAP Imagination. They have a
Awesome.
physical store in the UK and they have a branch in Canada. So it's probably cheaper, even for the Canadians, for you to get it from ASAP than if I were to ship it to you from Texas. But if you're interested in merch from Canada, just let me know. I'm very happy to ship it to you, but we will weigh everything that you want. I just need to know what, so I can make sure that it's correct, because I don't want to overcharge you and I can't afford to undercharge you. But I'm open to just about anything. If you are a retailer and you want to buy some wholesale copies, please let me know. I could put that together for you. Or if there's something else that we have that you want, just let me know. I'll put it together for you. Mhm. That's it.
Sweet. And you do have a no AI pledge on your Kickstarter page, and that's important to call out these days because AI art seems to be everywhere.
Oh, it's scary.
Yeah.
Scary, some of the things that you can see now. Like, someone was telling me, like, text to video AI, and I was like,
Oh yeah. It's
"No."
what's his name? The guy who did those Medea movies. He actually shut down expansion plans on his studio because of the text to AI stuff. He says you're gonna be able to make whole movies, just in a few minutes on your computer in the next couple of years.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, it's crazy stuff. So it's yeah, it's hard to know where that's all going. Speaking of
Yeah, yeah, we'll
post-apocalyptic.
just have to watch and see, but at least that we know there's people like us that are very, resolute, like, we are not using AI.
Yeah,
We use an artist for everything. The only thing you're gonna see AI on is that chunky bear where I say no AI.
yeah, yeah.
That's it. It's it.
Cool, cool.
So,
Um, so 12 days left. Kickstarter
yeah.
stretch goals are being unlocked. Pale-writer.com. Anything else we want to cover, Lori?
And the next, let's see, the next stretch goal I think we're unlocking is temporary tattoos.
Oh, awesome.
And so that's fun. And then we're hopefully unlock at least one more poker card because I'm anxious to get through the deck. I want to play cards. But that come see us, come check out the website and come check out the Kickstarter. You can kind of figure out what we're about. And we're different. We're different than anything you've seen before. So come give us a gander. Find a pledge that works for you. And again, thank you for supporting indie. This is where all the new ideas, the best ideas are right now because they're not in Hollywood. Guarantee you
Yeah.
that much.
If you want to see some interesting plot lines and characters who haven't been around since the 60s, indie comics
Right.
are where you got to be.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Lori, always a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for coming
Yeah.
on.
Thanks for having me. It's always nice to come on because we're like short and sweet and to the point.
Yeah, yeah. So many podcasts. I like to. You can be there for hours, and I'm like, let's just keep it fun, keep it
Yeah.
fast, get it out there, and then you can still go on do something else with your evening. So
Right.
just one last time, the URL is www.pale-writer.com. So check it out, and we'll see you next time on the BAM podcast.
Thank you.